Hopefully. I'm not sitting in my usual place because of that, because of the music. Oh man, I forgot to clean the lens. Hold on a second, you guys. There we go. Make sure I get y'all clean. All cleaned up. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and put on the subscriber only chat. So you'll need to have been a subscriber for 20 minutes before you can chat with us. This is a filter of protection for me, to protect my energy from a lot of people who don't do me any well or any good or what have you. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get into our breathing exercise so that we can get regulated and we can jump right on in. It is Memorial Day in America, now May 25th, I think, 2026. Hey, Shy! So, when we do our breath work, we're going to do two. We're going to do one to regulate ourselves and to connect with spirit. And then we're going to do the second one to send out love, um, protection, and light out across the world, the universe, because Memorial Day is about honoring our dead soldiers, whereas Veterans Day is about honoring our veterans. Um, so there's a little bit of a cross, but okay, hopefully we're back. I realized I did not put on Do Not Disturb, so I'm hoping we're back. I just had to fix that because I got a phone call just now. Good afternoon. Oh my goodness, it's so hot today. Ugh. I guess I better get used to that because I'm going to be saying that for the next, what, 5, 8 months? Probably all the way through. I don't know. Actually, no, because I'll be in Tennessee. Maybe. We'll see. But it's hot. It's hot. All right. So yes, it's Memorial Day. Hopefully you guys can still hear me. Let me know if you can. So like I said, we're going to do two breaths. We're going to do our first to regulate and blend with spirit. Then we're going to do our second to send out love, light, and protection across the world to our armed soldiers, our uniformed soldiers, and to the people who are being attacked by America. It is what it is. It is what it is. I hate to use the word bully. I mean, excuse me. I don't mind the bully. I hate using the word we because I'm not French. I didn't say yes to this. I didn't concede to this. I didn't acquiesce to this. I tried to make sure this man was not in office because if he was not in office, none of these other men would be in office. However, I don't like saying we. However, I do live in the United States of America. I was born in this lifetime here in the United States of America, and my own grandparents' blood has soaked this country too. Um, it is what it is. I'm sorry, y'all. Actually, I don't apologize. I'm not doing anything. But no one deserves this administration except the people who voted for it. But unfortunately, the rest of us are here, including those of us in the world. And speaking of those of us in the world, stop being stupid. Stop getting your own version of this. Like, how dumb. Like, stop. 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 Anyway, moving on. So, as I said, today is May 25th. Yes. Today is May 25th. So, let's do our breath work. I'm so distracted. I'm trying not to be distracted. They're having a party across the way at the park, and they turned their speakers this way. So I'm on the other side of the house, and it's still super, super loud. So y'all let me know if you can hear me clearly. If not, we're going to have to take this into the house. Let me know if you can hear me clearly. Like, it's hard to be hype when they're playing slow love songs or whatever. I'm just waiting to see if y'all can actually hear me clearly. If you can, then we'll keep going. If not, we're going to have to move this into the house. Okay, you can? All right. Is the music distracting like that ice cream truck was last time? Sorry, fixing my crystal tree. Let me know if it's distracting. Okay, it's not distracting. All right, I guess I'm the only one distracted. Okay, once we get started, I'll be all right. So let's just go ahead and get started. Um, I did take my Adderall. However, it's day one of the cycle, so it's not working yet. It's just giving me dry mouth. Um, sorry, my trees, my crystal trees. Hold on, there's an amethyst one. Let me get this one. I smushed them really badly, so they don't even look like trees anymore. Okay, whatever. Anyway, I love trees, so that's why my deck that I'm working on a concept for a tarot deck. I'm actually really excited for the concept. Um, I didn't know that I had a lot of opinions about what I wanted it to look like, and I'm actually liking it. I'm going to show you a peek of one. This is what my Ace of Cups looks like. This is actually my favorite of all of them. Let's see if I can actually show it to you because I forgot to screenshot it. Okay, that's my Ace of Cups. So it's a woman standing in the rain, but she's open and receptive to the rain because it's about spiritual healing, spiritual renewing. And, water for me is that. And so that's one of my cards. So that's my Ace of Cups. I'm so excited. So, isn't that beautiful? So this is a concept. I think I'm going to do a Kickstarter or something crowdsourcing so that I can get an actual artist to create the cards for me, the images for the cards for me. Um, but for now, yes, I am using AI to get my thoughts out and to try to conceptualize what's going through my head. And so this is one of them. This is my favorite card, the Ace of Cups, because that's how I feel about it. Is like you can look at a storm badly, or you can throw your arms open and say cleansing. But also, one of the things I want you to notice is like the ground is really dry. So this is about renewal, rain after a drought, like that kind of thing. Um, and then there's storm clouds, but storms are just as necessary as the sun. So this is what it looks like. Yay. Um, and I'm looking into diversity. So to be all kinds of people and abilities is what I'm aiming for. Shapes, sizes, abilities, and all of that. So that's what I'm looking at. Thank you, Becky. It's been a year, it's been a year of me using other cards and, I got to show you the book I made for my mother. She wrote the story, but again, I did use AI for the images. But it came out so good. And hold on, let me go get it. I want you to see it. Hold on. Ooh. So, all right. Let's cancel that background. Whew, hi, Tabby. Oh, I wanted to make sure the cards didn't need you to know the meaning of the cards. Like I wanted to make sure the cards showed you how, at least the way that I interpret them. And anyway, so this is the book that we did for my mom's grandson. I guess I can say my nephew, but I've met him twice. My family is not close with me. They're close with each other. It is what it is. But anyway, she did have the gall to ask me to do this. But you know what? I was like, it's my first kids book. I've never done one before. Fine, I'll take it as a challenge. And it was a challenge. But AI has improved its consistency and character, so I gave it another try, and I actually really like it. So this was printed on Amazon. This is just for her. While it's up for like sale and stuff, it really is just for her. I had to put it on sale so I can get it. I didn't want to do author's copies because I wanted it to come fast. But anyway, so there's like, look how beautiful it actually came out. Like I didn't know how Amazon color books would come out, and so this came out really, really nice. Um, you know, and it semi looks like my brother's child. Um, but then I added these pages so that it's like a keepsake type of book, you know? So it's like, what's his favorite stuff at this time while he's 3? And then like, how did he feel about his day? Because I remember taking my kids to Disney World for their 3rd birthday and they don't remember shit. They don't remember anything about it. So anyway, so he can draw himself, he can put his handprint. Um, Oh, well, yeah, I think this part was about like, what's your favorite time? Like, what do you like to do with the people in your life? Like your grandma, your grandpa, your mom, your dad, like that stuff. And he has a dog. So, what do you like to do with the dog? And so, I add these little pages at the back. So, it's like really adorable. And that's supposed to be my brother. They didn't make him as dark as my other images were because my brother's darker than me. And then his wife is a Cuban American. I think she was born here. Her parents weren't. Anyway, so he's breaking all kinds of laws if they ever get around to getting to finish all their plans. All kind of laws that they're going to implement. You know what I mean? But whatever. Yeah, she saw like those personalized book ads, you know, and she's like, "Can we do one?" I was like, "I've never done one before. We can try." And you know, and I did speak up, which I'm getting a little proud of myself about that. Is that I am starting to voice when I don't feel comfortable, and I am starting to voice when something bothers me. So I did tell her, like, I don't appreciate you asking me to do this for somebody who I don't have a relationship with, but should have had a relationship with. I don't care if it's for a stranger, but for somebody who's supposed to be my brother that I took care of because he was born when I was 12, and whatever. We're not gonna get into it, but I did voice that, and I'm proud of myself about it because it bothered me a lot. I didn't voice it right away, but it did bother me a lot. And, you know, hopefully it makes her think before she asks me to do something like that ever again. Anyway, like, I'm a very giving person, but I'm having to learn to draw boundaries. It did look really good, and I'm very happy about it. I'm just so conflicted with AI, y'all. You just don't understand. Like, I was such a huge proponent back in 2022 when I first used it. But seeing what assholes these people are and seeing how they're destroying the world, you know. But right now they're starting home first. You know, China has figured out what to do with their data centers. They made them submersible, but also I think, from what I understand, they're still protecting the environment from being impacted by it. I think it's supposed to be like recyclable, kind of like an energy plant where that water is recycled through or what have you. Like, I don't understand why they have to attack people's drinking water. It's horrendous. And people used to gaslight me in conversations when I said this environmental racism is ridiculous. They're like, oh, it doesn't do anything. It's in the cloud. It's like, how do you think it got in the cloud? It has an actual building and it needs to be cooled off. Like, I remember that conversation around crypto, you know, how much energy it took. And just around crypto, that was before AI centers. So, and then the fact that they're called AI data centers, not AI centers, tells you it's more than just AI. It is surveillance. Because what data are you storing? You have all our data. Why do you need more data? What more data do you need? So you need real time data. Real time data of what? Of the way that we move, of the things that we buy, of like, if the internet existed without all these data centers, then you don't need more data centers, right? If we have been using AI for the last 3 years without new data centers, then you don't need new data centers, right? Because it's sufficient. Why do you need more? And they have built, and they're aiming to build hundreds more. Why do we need hundreds more? What kind of data are you actually storing? Yeah. And that's true. We can limit our use of AI, but at the same time, we can't. They have implemented it in everything unnecessarily. So it's literally in everything, from searching online to whatever. It's in everything. They this it's. I'm gonna say something, and I mean it as extreme as it sounds. It's digital rape. It is environmental rape. It is doing things without our consent. Yeah, I mean it exactly as it sounds, because I am a victim of sexual rape. So when I say this feels like that, like you can't say no, or your no is not adhered to, that's exactly what's happening. And so now I'm honestly becoming an enemy of AI. So I'm going to use it for now, and then I'll be done with it. Like, after I get what I need, then I'm not going to use it anymore, as much as I cannot use it anymore. So, anyway, let's breathe. Let's breathe. All right, so this is what we're going to do. We're going to regulate ourselves and me. I'm going to regulate me. So we're going to put our hand over our heart and our hand over our diaphragm. This is something I learned from my physical therapist when I was able to afford to go to one. And she said, just like touching on you helps ground you, and it does. And so as we're taking our deep breath, we're going to breathe in through our nose, and then we're going to breathe out through our mouth. So first, we're going to breathe in 3 to 6 seconds through our nose, hold it for about 3 to 6 seconds, and then we're going to release it for about 3 to 6 seconds, or you can release it just all at once. Make sure your shoulders drop. If your shoulders don't drop, you didn't take a relaxing enough breath. You're going to have to do it again, okay? On your own. All right. So we are going to put that breath to work. We're going to use this breath to blend with spirit, to connect ourselves with love, light, and protection energy from heaven, from God, from universe, whatever you want to call it. And we're going to let our own spirit blend with that. All right. So as we're taking our inhale, you're going to envision a white light of love and protection entering in through your crown chakra or up through your root chakra, or see yourself going into an orb. Whatever it is, you're going to go into love, light, and protection. Okay? So while you're in that holding space, when you hold your breath, you're going to envision your own power, your own energy, your own spirit. I tend to see mine in my heart chakra space. This is like, as soon as I say that, that's immediately where my mental image goes, is like straight to my chest. So you feel it wherever you feel it, in your sacral, in your root, wherever you feel it, that's where you feel it. Okay. Um, so on that hold breath, you're going to envision your own energy. And as we exhale, you're going to expand your energy out until it blends with that of the universe, heaven, God, love, light, protection, energy. All right. So at the sound of the chime, hopefully you hear that sound through my headphones, but at the sound of the chime, we're going to take that breath. And then we're going to do one more breath afterwards in deference of Memorial Day. We're going to send out our love, light, energy um, across this world to our uniformed soldiers and to those who are being impacted by the orders they're given. All right. Let's get it. I swear it feels so good to breathe. That's why I'm always doing gratitude while I'm doing that. All right, so on the second bell, our second chime, we're going to take another breath. And we're going to do the same exact thing of breathe in deeply for 3 to 6 seconds, hold it for about 3 to 6 seconds, and then blast it out across this world. Again, you don't need to know geography. You just need to know intention. You still hear me, okay? Hopefully you still hear me. So that will be out. Can you hear me? My kids home and they're getting phone call after phone call. Can you hear me? Hopefully you can. Okay, good. All right, so let's take this second breath so we can get started already. Because y'all know it's bopper time. I got everything in place. It's bopper time. All right, so let's do our second breath. We're going to again inhale deeply. As we are inhaling, we are gathering up our energy. We're like seeing it in a ball or seeing it in something. I don't know how you want to envision it, but you're going to gather the energy of love and light, of healing, of protection, and then as we hold it, I want you to lock in mentally where you're sending this. Again, you can choose to send it to the Lebanese, to the Gaza people in Gaza, the Palestinians. You can send it to those who just experienced a really horrible shooting over in California. Wherever you're sending it, you can send it. However, with it being Memorial Day, I am going to focus my own energy on our uniformed soldiers who are receiving unlawful orders. Yeah. All right. So, Um, I have more to say on that, but I don't know how far YouTube will let me go with it. So I'll just stop right there. Okay. So you're going to gather it on the hold. You're going to lock in on where it's going. And then on the release, just blast it out, blast it out, blast it out, blast it out. All right. On the second chime, let's get it. Okay. If you feel the need to do another one, go ahead, do another one. You are on your own time with that. All right, so there were a couple of things I wanted to talk about, and I forgot. If y'all have questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. Again, in order to do that, you need to be a subscriber for at least 20 minutes in order to talk with us, in order to ask questions regarding only politics, because that's all we're doing today. Um, I might, you know what? I think I'm going to do, let me not say that. I'll do it on Wednesday because I do have to get this other book out by tomorrow because I did a pre-sale. So I need to get what I'm doing up and done for the Steelers. So I'll do that. So Wednesday, I like Sundays, subscriber Sundays, but I missed yesterday. And that's on me because I forgot about it. I'll say Wednesday. So Wednesday at 11 p.m. Eastern on here on YT, we're going to do a subscriber chat. Not chat. We'll do a subscriber reading. So these would be yes, no readings. So you need to be a subscriber in order to participate. All that requires is for you to hit that subscribe button. Hey, Sonny. So on Wednesday, the 27th, 11 p.m. Eastern, for 1 hour, we will do a yes, no reading. Okay, and you must be a subscriber in order to participate. I will know you are a subscriber because it will be a subscriber chat, just like this one is. Only people who are subscribed to the channel can chat with me. Next, ooh, Oh yeah. I don't know if it'll be Sunday. It might be Friday. Because I do like to take the weekend off. It might be because my birthday is on the 2nd, so I know that's a beach day, weather permitting. We shall see. My birthday seems to be scheduled for rain for the last 3 years, so we'll see. We'll see. Okay. 5,000 data centers. That is beyond crazy, though, for real. Okay. So, what was I going to look into? Now, okay. It's, ooh, y'all. When I wasn't doom scrolling. When I was bed rotting. I was bed rotting on Saturday. So, I should have known. Thank you, but I got still another week. I should have known that I was going to begin my cycle. Yeah, I started today. So luckily, I'm still on Advil. I'm trying not to miss Advil at all because otherwise, I won't be able to do anything. I won't be able to move. Whew. Okay, but I already took it. So, um, but Saturday, I'm bed rotten. Oh my God, Sonny, I never meet other June 2nds. Like, it's such a rare birthday. Like, on the list of 365 days or 366 days that could be your birthday, if you count February 29th, it's like number 297th in the birthdays. Like, it's so far down. I hardly ever meet another June 2nd person. I like it. It's kind of unique, the fact that everybody doesn't share our birthday. But anyway, Sean, bed rotting means like you don't get out of bed, so you just scroll, chill, read, whatever you're doing. You're just bed rotting. That's what it's called. Like you don't get up. So I bed rotted for most of that early day. Yeah, chilling in your bed for a long time. Hey, Susie. Oh my God. So yeah, I started watching Suits, you guys. The one that Meghan Markle, aka Megan Sussex, was part of, and that show hooked me. I watched a whole season. I hate TV, so I watched a whole season. I was like, you know what? I kind of like this show. So, all right. What was I thinking? Okay, so then, and it's funny because I was going to immediately go live or jump on and or get in a group chat or whatever because I saw it was like 8 minutes ago that there were shots at the White House. I was like, what? Wait, didn't we call it? Didn't we say there was going to be another one? I was like, didn't we say there was going to be another? I remember saying they're going to do something stupid, like do another attack, and I'm like, but why would they do that? Because they just did one. Oh my God! And then I haven't had a chance to look into it because I just didn't care. Because I started laughing. Like the moment I saw it, I started laughing. It was like, there's shots at the White House. And I was like, what? And I just cracked up. I cracked up. And then I started seeing the reporters, right? We're like, oh my God, what's that? So I laughed even harder. And then I saw the Asian woman. Was it Wang? Fang? Sang? It's one of them because I remember the ANG. Um, she immediately ducks. She's like, ah, duck. And I was like, at least she knows what to do. So I'm like, okay, so maybe there really were gunshots there if she's immediately reacting, right? But then I'm like watching the camera do the same wild shit as the hot takes cameras and stuff. I'm like, is this a real reporter? Because you guys, so then I hear that there was somebody who's trying to do an attempt and they killed him. I was like, oh, so they learned from the other guy not to let the guy live because then we're like, why would you let the guy live? So then they killed this guy. So I was like, okay. Okay. So then I see this other reporter, the one who's like, what was that? And I'm like, oh my God, how privileged are you that you don't even know the sound of gunshots and you're a news reporter? I'm like, I didn't even grow up near gunshots, but I know a gunshot when I hear one. And she really was the entire time. What was that? Like, really, what was that? So I'm like, okay, you don't have self preservation or anything? And I'm just like, wait, what's happening? Because she's reacting similarly to how they reacted in the dinner. Because I honestly don't think, I mean, I might as well already go out there. Hold on. Let me do this. I see my mom. I got a bowl here. I'm not going to put it on my head because it's dirty inside, but just call this a tinfoil hat where we're about to go, okay? Just call this a tinfoil hat. Oh my God. Oh, hold on. I think I have to go move the car. 1 second, you guys. Luckily, I have my spare key here with me. Let me see if I do. 1 second. I just got a text message, so let me go move it. Woo, trying not to sneeze. Okay. I didn't see smoke coming from me, so. Okay, if you don't sneeze, sneeze already. All right, it doesn't want to come. Anyway, um, I don't like this brand of coils because some of them just act like duds. I need to look at this box and make sure I never order this box again. Yay, it found its way out. Listen, we're the laughing stocks of me. I'm laughing. I have to laugh. If I don't laugh, I'm gonna freak out. So, and the world can't laugh too hard because a lot of dumbasses in the world are doing the same exact stuff. You got Alberta trying to be the 51 state. Girl, do you see what we got going on here? Why the hell would you want to be part of this? This looks interesting. Okay. Like, how dumb. Anyway, like, if you were in Alberta, you better fight that chick. Lock her up because obviously she's on the take. So find the paperwork, get her in jail. Okay? Before she screws you up, makes you leave a country that actually cares about you. And then you end up in this shithole country, to quote our quote unquote leader. Okay. We are run by unmeritocracy. DE not. Uh, Diversity, none. Equity, none. Unless we're talking and taking from your taxes to build their bank accounts. Because then everybody can get it, right? Everybody can get had. Everybody can get taken. That's the only equity we got going on. Excuse me, I got to blow my nose now. I'm sorry, y'all. 1 second. Sorry, I'm always paranoid about having something on my face and nobody tells me. So I double check and triple check. Um, well, I mean, you gotta tell your mom that shit ain't real though. First of all, okay, so what J Megan, if you guys are not aware of her, she's here on YT. She's on several different platforms under the name of Nerdy Pink Panda. Um, when she had in her video today that it was actually down the street at a McDonald's. It was down the street at a McDonald's. I'm curious now where exactly all these reporters were stationed because if it's down the street, listen, if they shoot down the street at the stoplight, I don't know if I'm going to hear it, but I definitely won't hear it as well as they did on those videos. So that's why I'm telling you, grabbing my tinfoil hat again, which I can't do because my mom, they're doing some planting and stuff around here. So it's dirty. But grabbing my tinfoil hat very securely on my head here, I don't believe any of them. I don't even believe that they're real because every single one of our news stations are, let's just say they don't have to be bought out if people have already bought in. Hey, beautiful. What's your first name? We go by first names over here. Okay. Yeah, it sounded way too close, Nicole, for it to have been that clear. I mean, for it to have been down the street. Because because looking at the thing, even if we're talking one block, right? Okay, like where I am at my house, down to the light is about what I can gauge the distance to be. Hey, Jay, I'm glad you're here. So, girl, why I lost another earring? Anyway, Jay is my jewelry dealer. So it's somewhere. It's somewhere. I promise you, I got it. But anyway, so if I'm talking down the street, you know what I'm saying? Like down the street, I can't hear it like that. If you hear it on if the fact that people are eating this shit up when it is not real is killing me. And I don't mean like eating it up like, oh my God, this was a real event. Just about everybody seems to be on the same page here about it not being, well, I take that back because I'm watching people say, because the shooter was 21 years old. And I'm like, what shooter? There was no shooter. There was no shooter for the White House. Okay. There was somebody down at McDonald's. And if he was at McDonald's, how do you know he was for the White House? Okay. And if he was at McDonald's, are you telling me he was at the White House gate and then ran down the street to the White House? Okay. So if he ran down the street to McDonald's from the White House, then why would he shoot if he knew he was going to run? Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have way too many questions at this point. And then, of course, he's 21, right? And of course, he has a brown person's name, right? Um, and then he says he's Jesus Christ. So, of course, there's some kind of religious element to it, right? Like, oh, it's a religious fanatic. I think y'all would know about that, right? So it's like, I mean, y'all say Donald is Jesus Christ. So what's to say this boy was not actually Jesus Christ? Would Jesus Christ come back as an old man, or would he come back as a young boy? Like whatever. Hold on. And oh my God. Oh, that's right, Sonny. He was DoorDash. Dang it. Now the joke falls flat because I had another word and then it just went bloop, 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 like DoorDash grandma, but it just went away. Oh, the DoorDash assassin. Well, it's too late now. He's the DoorDash assassin. So he went to go get his McDonald's order. Oh my God. I got too many questions. So actually, let's start there. I don't even want to go to the villains deck. I don't want to go to the villains deck. Let's go to the yes no cards. Because let's start there. Sonny, that has me so tickled that he went to pick up the McDonald's order. I forgot the ketchup. But like, I got so many questions. It should not have been clear. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Yes. And okay, so hold on. This was the other thing that caught my attention, and I think I shared it in the group chat part. But okay, so y'all know the girl Ashley, right? Let's talk tea. That's what we're doing. So you know the girl Ashley, the one who had to be desperate, like because she slept with man on the first date. Her story, not mine. I'm like, homeboy ain't got game like that. He ain't got pull like that. But whatever. Hey, Karma. Okay, girl, so listen. So she slept with him on the first date. That girl, that Ashley, the one who finally got people going. Wait, maybe it was possible. Because again, you ignoring the rest of us. Said it was way past possible. Like she got platformed by that Pac-Man boy, David Pac-Man, whatever his name is, David Pac-Man, I think, right? The one who made arrogant statements towards Nate of Election Truth Alliance. Like, why would you platform her? Why would you give her a place to talk? Well, actually, I think he did that right before she talked about Space Boy. Because I'm like, how you feel now? No, I'm talking about that Pac-Man boy. And then she did get platformed by Hassan. Then she did get platformed by another Middle Eastern looking guy, but he's older. And he does a lot of political commentary. I can't think of his name. I thought he was Hassan. I didn't know Hassan was this young guy. But girl, I'm the same way, child. I'm like, who? I don't get it. Who? Okay. So anyway, so she gets platformed by all these different people, and so she's making her tour, and kudos to her, because hey, it is what it is. Um, it got people talking and it got people looking, and the fact that she drops it like the weekend before the Thomas um contest was some good timing. I loved it. Oh yeah, she puts on a lot of makeup, but it is cute. It's not. Oh my God, did y'all see the video when she does um the MAGA makeup? Oh my God, I was like, ew. Oh God. But anyway, so what was I saying about Ashley? What was I saying about Ashley? What were we talking about? What was the question before this? Tulsi leaving. I don't even. Yeah, girl. Exactly. They could have been shooting skeets. Um, yeah, we know. We know at this point that it's so much BS. It's scary how the regular people don't want. Yeah, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. Uh, but it's funny. I love how we're all on the same accord there. Oh, okay. But yeah, so some people actually they're still talking about. It's still the way that they talk about it. Girl, she way better than me because I'm like, wait, you supposed to put that on, and then you supposed to put that on, and then you supposed to put that on. Oh wow, that's a lot. I'm gonna say bareface, because it's like serum and then this and I can't. Now you went too many steps, but I forgot what I was saying about that, but this is interesting because this is why. Okay. Oh, that's what it was. So Ashley, y'all, and I told y'all I took my Adderall, but this ain't working right. I told you it's day one of the cycle. Adderall really don't work until like day three, and then it lasts. Then we could keep it up for about 2-3 weeks of doing different, and then after that, when the hormones drop, we're stuck again. But anyway, oh, someone, oh my God, yes, karma. Let me write that down actually as one of our conversations today to look into is who's behind her. Because there is. It like popped in my head like yesterday. And I was, oh, look. Okay, they're coming. So it popped in my head like yesterday that somebody's behind her. And then when I was listening to Marianne from Down Under. Y'all might want to listen to that one. That one was pretty good when she was reading on the new shooter, Pew Pew or whatever. But Mary Ann, she's Mary Ann or Libby. I don't know. I forgot. I don't know. I was playing games and listening to different videos. But they said they think now that this is going to embolden Grimes, the Nazi one, because she was into all that Hitler stuff. See, the thing with Ashley is she didn't really have any values to stand on, really. She was doing whatever. She was a little girl situation. Um, but then you hear her talk now, and you're like, oh, girl, you really intelligent. So it's like she really plays stupid a lot, right? But you can, like, when I tell you, if you want to know how to do social media, she's a master class of social media. She is very controlled with her social media. Listen, I'm not stupid by any account of what she's doing. It is so surgically precise how she is doing this. Like, I went back into some of her April ones, and she's like, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. And so she's building the story very controlled, very tight. I look. Okay, I'm like definitely um, watching how she executes. She is clean. Like she hits them 10-minute marks on the video, and then that's it. And there are cuts, obviously, because she will finish some makeup, whatever. Y'all, you know how it goes. Um, and then people complaining, they're like, why are you listening to a girl doing makeup? First of all, this is social media 101. You talk about something serious or whatever you're talking about, but you need to be doing something because it keeps the ADHD people paying attention while you're doing something. Social media 101, 11101. Okay. And that's the thing. These other MAGA people, are are I can't say that word, but they are the typical, right? She is surgical. And that's how one, I know she was being used herself by Starboy because he recognized her social media prowess. And he recognized by him boosting her, she was in turn boosting him. She was the trophy. You know what I mean? And he took her as a broken woman. This is the using part, right? Because they like to go to people who are broken and can't say no. He was following her at the time that MAGA was turning against her, right? And so he went after her very deliberately, very precisely. And it wasn't because, ooh, I want you to be, because like, think about it. She had like a 7-month-old kid or 18-month-old kid. The kid was under 2. Why are you like, ooh, I want you to be my next baby mama? That's not what you would do. Like, that's not what you would do. Like, why would you take someone that these people are throwing away as trash? Why would you go, I'm going to go pick that up? Unless there was something you wanted. And it wasn't just the baby. See? Mm-mm. See? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Look, you gotta, I went and watched it. Oh, girl, no, I ain't see that part. Cause I was watching backwards. because I was trying to see how precise, like when I was paying attention to her execution, like how surgical she was with this shit, right? Like for instance, one of the things that got me thinking about it was when she called her mom on the phone and she was laughing about Mr. Tampa outing himself because he was dumb enough to post like, "Hey girl, blah 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 blah," and she's like, he outed himself, so now she gets to use his name. And I was like, oh, that was slick. You knew that was gonna work against him. You knew he was not gonna be able to stay quiet. You knew he was going to have to say something, and then you could start using his name. And then you could talk about who he's sleeping with. And then you could, like she was so good. When I say so good, so good, so good, right? She's slick, dog. She's slick. The girl is in law school or studying to get in law school. Okay, she's slick. She is Elle Woods, like for reals. Okay, she played her part, but she was smart the entire time. So I'm watching her, and so she's doing the thing with the mom, and I'm like, oh, I'm glad your mama supports you. But I'm like, how do you become this pick me girl if you have a mom and a dad? And she's like, I don't even know how I got here. I have a dad who loves me. Huh. We got some interesting things here going on. But what happened is she got trapped as a youngster. She was stupid. She posted stuff when she was like 14 or 16 or something, and she was Snapchatting. She's about the age of my students when I had started, when Snapchat came out or whatever. And I told those kids, I was like, just because they say the shit disappears don't mean they didn't grab a screenshot, honey. They grab screenshots, right? So I would tell my kids, my students, because I taught at an all-girls school, I said, don't be that girl. And that was a mantra we had. Don't be that girl. I'm like, if you going out with your friends, don't you get sloppy drunk. Don't be that girl. You go out with your friends, don't you ever drink from another guy's cup or have a guy let a guy buy you a drink and you're not watching that drink the entire way. Like I would tell my kids, don't be that girl. And so she did get caught up there, and where she got publicly embarrassed when she was coming out as a kid. And then that guy, the one who's gay, hates women and thinks he actually is a MAGA, but he's far, far, far right. The frog guy, the one with the Spanish last name. So he don't fit at all. Um, Nick, right? Okay. Yeah. So Nick, he then says that she was a child sex worker or something like that, because I guess somebody must have sent him the pictures, because an adult trapped her, basically is what happened. An adult trapped her. And so I guess then she was looking, I mean, that explains a little bit like how that happens when you're a young kid, like you get caught in the I've seen kids do that. Other kids take their lives. She just went, I'm going to sell stuff. So she started making MAGA shirts and all that kind of stuff. And then that took off from the story that I'm getting. So I think that's how you can get trapped in that, is like during your budding moments of like 14, 15, you're abused, really. Like all her stuff is online, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And it still haunts her, right? Um, and whatever Nick did, um, TP, Toilet Paper USA, got a hold of it. And then they, in turn, did something. So she's like, whenever you Google my name, I can't get a job because it'll always be attached to this stuff. It was interesting. There's that karma. There's that children can't control if their parents honey pot them as well. That is true. Um, Marianne, I think it was Marianne, because I think I just listened to her today or yesterday. She did a reading on DJ Junior, and she got that he was very likely also honeypotted as a kid, um, because he would be one of the older ones, right? And if you are, you know, initiated into this group or whatever, then they only need to do it to one of your kids, not all of them. So the guess is that he has been abused, right? And because she was getting, it was either her, I forget who. I listened to three different people, but she was getting that he might have been relieved that, or they chose the Bahamas on purpose. Um, because Bahamas felons can't go, but also like he doesn't really like his dad or something like that. I'm sure that's cool. I mean, I'm sure that's a thing. So it could definitely be the thing with them. Anyway, wait, to go back. So Ashley, this is the point of bringing up Ashley, not for us to get into talking about her just yet, but I do want to do that. Who's behind her? Um, who's behind her? She does have a real job, but I don't know what her job is. And then there was one video where she talks about Charlie reaching out to her after the whole Toilet Paper USA thing, because he was not in charge of that happening to her. That was his team or whatever doing that. And I think that might be one of the things that started turning him too, was how they did that, because he was reaching out to her, like giving her advice and stuff. And I think it was likely him who got her the job with Benny, because Benny, the position she suddenly got offered was a high ass position. So that sounds like somebody pulling favors for her, like, hey, take care of her, please. Um, so that's likely what happened. And then, of course, men don't seem to know what other men are doing. So I doubt that Charlie knew what kind of boss Benny was. So that said, but Ashley mentions the group chat that they're all part of. And when she mentions the group chat, she says a name that I had wrote down for us weeks ago. I wrote this name down weeks ago that we were supposed to get into, and I forgot. Oh my God, my nose is itching. So we're on the right path, I guess. I'm gonna have to start paying attention to like what happens to me when we do things. We wrote this down April 10th. April 10th. The name is James Blair. We wrote it down on the April 10th date. James Blair. I don't know if you remember who James Blair is and why we wrote down that name. Let me show you. Let me show you who he is. James Blair. Um, Give me a minute. Give me a minute. Because I was like, hold up, I heard this name before. Let me see if I can find the picture. Okay, there you go. So on April 10th or thereabout, it might have been the day before or whatever. This, do y'all remember that? All of a sudden, this guy, the deputy chief of staff, is stepping down. What? Why would he be stepping down? He was stepping down to take a short leave of absence to lead the charge from the outside against the radical left. What? Okay. Who is James Blair? So then, when Ashley, hold on, let me let you get the picture. That's him. Okay. So, so when Ashley was telling about the group chat after the ball, the dinner thing, right? She mentions that they all were in a group chat with this guy named James Blair. Hold on, I think I have that group chat. No, I don't think I do. Hold on. Mm-mm-mm. Mm-mm-mm. Mm. No, but it was on one of the screenshots. And in the screenshot, uh, he he's the one who has the MAGA chat screenshot. So when she's telling the story and she mentions James Blair, she's talking about when she got on Shitter, and Starboy has started following her, and then somebody reached out to say, hey, would you like to get in this group chat with all the people who um, Starboy follows? And this group chat ended up having, um, when she talks about the after dinner one and she posts all the different comments or all the different posts that people did on Shitter, she showed a group chat thing in her video and it had at the top his name. So he's the one who organizes that group chat. So now you know what his job is. His job is he's over the influencers. His job is he's likely paying them. His job, this is such a conflict of interest. How do you go from being the deputy chief of staff? Anyway, this tea is for entertainment purposes only. Totally my interpretation of some things that are facts, but some things that are intuition. Okay, so y'all. So now I'm wondering, because this happened April 10th, the dinner happened haphazardly. The dinner was haphazard. Because think about it, we didn't find out until that week that he was going to that dinner. So how would some guy from across the country make a plan to go to a hotel that should have been sold out or booked out or secured out and suddenly show up? You know what I'm saying? Like it's just too much. That's not adding up correctly to the equation they're trying to say. It's adding to a different equation. But anyway, that's James, right? So James is the former deputy chief of staff that ends up leaving in April. Next thing you know, 2 weeks later, we have this dinner. And then a month later, we have the same playbook. So we're just doing the same playbook over and 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 over again. Excuse me. Like, this is ridiculous. Tony Blair is actually in trouble as well. Oh, they are related. Nuh-uh. Because Tony Blair is in trouble as well. I was listening to Hogarth, I think it was, and he was talking about Tony Blair and his APAC situation, or the fact that he's doing a MAGA light situation in UK. There's something there. I can't remember exactly, but Mm. How incestuous is it that you have US UK with brothers? Something's there. Anyway, so I don't remember what we were talking about here, but this is definitely that. Oh, look who showed up again. Yeah, we have a situation here that they're really nervous. Okay, you guys, they're extremely nervous. Nervous might not even be the word that we're actually supposed to be using here. It's bigger than that. Time. Okay. That movie with Denzel Washington and that song, Time is on Your Side. I always think it's Devil's Advocate, but apparently it's some other movie. I can't remember what the movie is called because I would never watch that movie. But anyway, that's what I'm getting. It's like they're trying to leap spirit to spirit, spirit to spirit. Like they're just trying to leap to stay on, to stay available, to stay open, to elude being closed out on. So is this spiritual for you to bring me that? Was that a spiritual thing that you're telling me? Is this a spiritual thing hopping from person to person? Hmm. I think so, you guys. I think that's what we're looking at. Is I mean, we already talked about this being some kind of supernatural fight, which is interesting things. We don't mean it in the way of holy war. This is not some tomfoolery type of thing. This is actually bigger than a page of a book. Um, but I will say they are extremely nervous. Um, they are extremely nervous. So yeah, she mentioned James Blair. They are extremely nervous. This isn't nervous. Yeah, closing in. This isn't nervous. Yeah, I think it's called Fallen. I think I remember that's what people saying it was called. This isn't nervous. What's bigger than nervous? Terrified. Angst. It's definitely a walls closing in on them situation. Um, One of my favorite short stories is, of course, by Edgar Allan Poe. And he writes a story, I think it's called The Pendulum. And it's during the Spanish Inquisition. I can never figure out exactly who this figure is in this story, but the walls literally do close in on him. They have spikes, and there's a pendulum swinging at the top, and that pendulum has like a scythe on it, and it's just ready to like, and it's just going lower and lower and lower and lower and lower. Um, this is definitely what they're feeling. Why would you get married? I just went back to DJ Junior. Why would you get married this weekend? Now, David of Twin Tarot, he got Twin Tarot. I think that's how he says it, or is it Twin Tarot? I don't know. But what he got is that DJ finally met his soulmate, I guess. I don't know because it's white man interpretation of reading, but I do think he might be right here. Is that DJ finally found somebody? Because you don't spend 6-7 years with someone and then marry somebody else in like 1 or 2. That's usually how it works, right? It's just interesting. And she just happens to be like one of the biggest socialites in their group, which is crazy because I don't even know who she is, but I'm not in that circle. To transfer assets. There's definitely something here because I'm seeing the Six of Pentacles here, and I'm also seeing this card. I know we were initially talking about DJ. I think when I picked up this deck, absolutely, that is what we were talking about. Because it was like, why would he go to the Bahamas? And this is so that he can celebrate, be fully immersed in a family who actually likes him, versus being with one who doesn't. So this is actually the freedom away from that energy, but also he's getting married. He can't fake his father being there. How about that? How about that, you people? Because if what we know is true, then it would be too wide open for him to supposedly go to a wedding and he doesn't actually be there. That's too close. That's not a body double type of situation. Hmm. Yes. There we go. I forgot about that. All right. So this is interesting too. I'm getting here a misuse of power, but also a lack of effort. A secret. Okay, so a secret that, and it's interesting because this is not a secret card, but I'm seeing that this knowledge is too burdensome for him to have. That's the other part, Dawn. There's that too. But I do think I'm going to agree with David on that. I do think he actually found his person. It's just he found his person when he's in all this shit. You know what I mean? Um, So there's that part too. It's not to say she's clean, but it is to say that there's some interesting things here because I'm seeing here the Ace of Pentacles. And so the Ace of Pentacles and unable to, ooh, and somebody else just wanted to peek out. Ooh, okay, we got a few more people to look at real quick. People cards. Okay, I'm seeing being unable to traverse, like being unable to transition, to move on. Um, Again, I think of this like the River of Styx cards, honestly. So that is the trip to the underworld type of thing. So one, since DJ hasn't taken that yet, can't exactly send him there yet. But there's some evidence here. Like, okay, yeah, because that would have been too big of a proof for them. Yeah, and then there would be nowhere to go from there. Like, it'd pretty much be up and stuck at that point. What else do we have here? Yeah, White House down card. So this would reveal what's happening there. And then what else do we have? Yep, it was shed light. It was shed light. People will uh, have a hard time like talking themselves out of this one. You know, if they were able to prove that this guy doesn't actually exist. There's that. So um, that is an issue. I didn't know we were going to get to Johnny J. But there's a Wheel of Fortune card here, guys, that did peek out. And then who's this? Ooh, there's a weakness here. That's really interesting considering the, oh, that's my Ashley card. She vacillates between queen and page. That's my Ashley card. Ashley with the proof. Because it starts out here like weather. Ooh, shooky ducky. So for right now, they're weathering the storm right now. But this proof is coming out. We're going to learn of it, and we're going to learn it in a proven way, in an evidential way. We have some he say she say, but texts are coming out. So there's that part. It's still circumstantial to some point because it is talked about in roundabout ways. But this means that ex-hubby or ex-boyfriend is going to get in trouble big, 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 big time. Okay, so there's some evidence here that is going to be coming out that I think is going to affect the way he's putting himself out in the world. I'm strong, I can last, whatever, because weakness showed up. Weakness showed up. So whatever front he's putting on is not working. Am I seeing this? I don't know. Oh, yes. So there's going to be a coming clean situation that is going to be required because the Wheel of Fortune's right here. Who's this? Oh, yes. And all plans go awry. Okay. So, Donnie J. All right. So, yes, the reason why DJ didn't go to the Bahamas is because DJ can't go to the Bahamas. Okay. Um, you serious, Sean? Did that really happen? Was she really in support of George Floyd? Or was it performative? Because we did have performative. Okay, her dad was a businessman who became the youngest bank president in the U.S. at the age of 26. How do you do that, though? How do you become the... There's something here, y'all. Huh. It said retracted. I don't know who did it, but I didn't do it. Did you do it, Susie, to keep it from being in our comments? Because y'all, sometimes we try not to let these crawlers see what we're talking about. So we try to avoid names. Oh, karma. That's what I'm looking at. How is this connected? Okay, because what Sean said was that she supported the protest of George Floyd. So how in the heck did she end up in the biggest crime family? Okay, so it's gone. But this is interesting here. Huh. It could be a fixer situation. Um, Honestly, it could be a fixer situation. Yeah. This is nurturing. This is healing. I think she genuinely does like him. I'm sorry, no. I do think she genuinely likes him. Um, like this is her mate. But what is this? Yeah. There's a chariot in reverse. I'm trying to understand this because on one hand, I'm getting this I'm turning a new leaf type of thing. Like broken boy who cried to her, like she sees the boy of him. I'm getting that impression. um I think she's going to regret her choice though, because there is a chariot card in reverse here, meaning it's not going to go forward, it's not going to progress the way that she's thinking. But there is a bad choice here. I think this is a bad choice that she did make, soulmate or not. He has made way too many mistakes. um and she's big money to him in one thing, but there's definitely fool to it, like typical woman stuff, unfortunately. But there's something else here because it's like having pity on him. Ooh, I know y'all see that card at the bottom. Okay, so I lifted this card, y'all, only to see this card, and then to see this card, then to see this card, then to see this card, then to see this card. Let's take it back. Whoa, there's some interesting stuff. Um, it kind of feels like that she wants to help him. That she likes the. Oh, she is legit money. She's big money, but she really does like him. But I'm like, I'm trying to feel in like what convinced her of this. It's just going to be a bad situation. I do think he is her person. It's just too late, right? And so it's like trying to help him out, trying to advise him. Oh, this makes sense. This explains his business moves, right? So it's Eric who is trying to do some shady move, but Donnie seems like he's trying to do real business moves, like he's investing in things. Now, mind you, these aren't good businesses. They're not good businesses. But this feels like good business move. That she's been advising him to business moves. When did she meet him? Because it feels like he had some connections before her that she doesn't agree with. So she was trying to introduce him to more legit business moves. But it doesn't matter because the tower is right here. Okay. The tower is right here. Um, and it feels like, okay, they do have a prenup. She's Loctite. Her dad would not. Her dad would never. She's Loctite, so she's going to be okay financially speaking. Um, Summer of 24. Okay, so that does tell me yes that um, he got into that Liberty stuff before her. It feels like I do get trapped little boy energy with him. I just really do. So he is going to go down with this. She's going to be fine. It says you're independent and confident, so invest in yourself more. That's crazy. That's what that says on the card. So she's going to end up fine. There's a truth here about this devil. But then there's a happy family. Oh, huh. It may be possible that, legally speaking, there won't be much evidence on him doing wrong, him himself doing wrong. Because again, he's not his father. However, there's this tie to the devil here. There's something about this severing. It's like she's powerful, y'all. She's powerful. Right. He got into the crypto right after. That doesn't mean that she was impacting his choices. It doesn't mean that. Um, but what I'm seeing here is that it feels like severing and of the truth. She may be able to separate him from the devil because there's happy family. He might do some time, possibly, but there's still happy family. That's a 10 card. Now, what interesting is the 10 card right after. Okay, I don't know. This is strange because there's the water, fire, water. So it's like putting it back out. Oh man. This is face your fears and don't be afraid and don't let the devil win. That's interesting because this is coming with the truth, the sword of truth. She might be his way out, is what I'm getting. She might be his way out if he shares the truth with her and lets her in so that they can figure out how to navigate it. She's an incredibly smart woman. Incredibly smart. Like I said, she's sewed up, so her stuff is tight regardless of what. She would not be going down with a ship. However, I think he's her person, and she wants her happy family here. Um, and so I think this is it. So that's what I'm saying. He might end up doing some time here, But um, then he's separated from this crew because there's the Five of Swords here, which is letting go of grudges and being humble and seeking peace. And then there's a Knight of Swords running to the rescue. So there's something here that feels like she is his salvation, if I'm going to use a word here. Like she could possibly be his lifeline. Um, he really is plagued by a lot. It's really weird that he's plagued by a lot. I don't know if he's worth saving. That ain't me to figure that out. But he still might be reckless and foolish and stay back in there. It ain't taking. Oh, see, and then right after that is revelation and abuses of power. So she might try and might not be able to sustain it because it tends to devalue her, which is interesting because she goes from the 9 to the 7. That's it. I'll be interested. This doesn't feel slow. I mean, while the pentacles themselves are slow, what's about to happen doesn't feel like it's slow at all. Because look, there's the emperor. Remember, she's the empress. So there's justice in reverse, and then there's strength in reverse. I don't think she's going to be able to help him as much as she can. I think he's just too locked in. It's like if they don't get him for one thing, they might be able to pull him for another. Because there's a judgment card here too that I didn't look at. Um, it depends because it just feels like so much new stuff coming out. There's 2 pages back to back, then the judgment, then we get to the emperor. So I don't know. I don't know. Is he marrying her to protect him? Possibly. There's some more pentacles. I think this stuff is just going to haunt him too much. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think she wants to know either. I don't think she wants to know either. Uh, she's connected to Shady and Oosh. How so though? There's definitely a misabuse of power here. I will say she's a very intelligent version of it. Oosh is very intelligent as well. Um, it's interesting. So, how did we get on Donnie J? Oh, about the guy not going to his wedding. Okay. And why he couldn't. And we know why he can't. Because we can't talk about it. Okay, I'm losing light. Same social circles. I mean, the social circles are pretty much incestuous, right? Um, I don't know. I think she kind of likes him. But there does seem to be some illusion about him. Um, there's something about him. There's something. I mean, okay, hold on. Show me this relationship. I want to see this relationship really quickly. It's interesting. I'm drawn to a shadow work card real quick. Um, oh my god. Oh my god. No boundaries. Fire, water. Difficult to establish healthy respect. Take care to ensure your needs are met. Respect, self care, and limits. And then we have these 2 energy here. Closed minded, unwilling to consider other perspectives or entertain new ideas. Be more open, openness, receptivity. Look at this, like being old. And then the unknown. Uncertainty is the only certainty there is. Surrender, curiosity, and faith. It feels like a little bit of all of that. Going against her better judgment with that. This deck is shadow work. That's interesting. And that's interesting. Sacred boundaries. Respecting and honoring your limits sets you free. Assertiveness and self-care. So it feels like she ignored herself a little bit here, you know? Um, okay. I we're looking too far ahead with that, to be honest. All right, let's ask that. I don't know. I felt the need to pull that. So now we see why she did it. She's ignoring herself. She does financially protect herself, but she's what the heck? Like I said, 7 of Cups. She's gonna regret it. He doesn't survive, but she will. I forgot what I was starting with. Um, so let's just get into this. Yeah. Uh, I don't feel any panic from him because, as far as I'm concerned, he's not alive. If you're talking about the sun, uh, there's a running the finger under the neck. Yes. Um, Interesting. I do think he'll do jail time. That's just that. Hmm. There's a tower. And there's the queen again. Um, Again, failed progress, failed plan, not really being her emperor. The judgment there, the hidden agendas coming out, and then her finding her strength to move onward. Or maybe that's just stubbornness because I see the Nine of Swords now again, and then the Five of Cups again, and the burden again, and getting a new perspective. Um, this is interesting. So I want to get off of them. I don't know why we're still here, but y'all keep dragging me back here, these cards. Okay, so I'm seeing that materialism, the smug merchant. You're talking about DJ, and I just don't see it. He thinks he's smug about it, but there's a disagreement and there's lack of communication coming out here. So whatever is hidden is coming out, and there's definitely a strategy there they're trying to do, but that strategy is not going to work. It's not going to hold. So whatever strategy they're trying to do with him is just not going to work. Um, I don't know. All right, let's get there. So, what downloads did you guys get? Father had to know each other. Yeah, likely. I mean, like I said, it's incestuous. Those circles. He's coming up now after talking about her. Who's coming up? Shady? Oh, um, speaking of Shady, uh, new horizon, new beginning. Okay, running out of time here. Let me make sure this is on. This is on. Okay. What is this? Okay, let's see. Okay, there's a hangman here. There's a injustice here. There's a temperance here. So that's three major arcana right there. And then there's a 10 of wands carrying the burden and the responsibility. So this looks like fire, fire, water, fire, air. Um, I mean, first off, there's a yes card. So there is going to be and then I just like go to lift up the deck and I see the Eight of Swords, a trap here. So, am I getting that as evidence? That's the planet lineup of the 50. July is going to be big. If y'all remember, July's are going to be big. That was just one bug. I was like, what in the world? It got to my head. So like, ooh, no. I'll let y'all know if I'm gonna cut it. Um, July's gonna be big. July's gonna be big. I do know that. I remember that. And we'll see that on our June reading. Again, I don't know if that'll be Friday. It'll likely be Friday's reading. June reading. Okay. Unless Friday rains. This is interesting. Okay, what'd you just poke out? Oh, the Chariot in reverse. What is this? Oh, two aces. Okay. Okay, like I said, this is definitely shady. But and the Emperor was right behind him. These are two fire cards. Fire cards. The Earth card was the only. This card was the only Earth. So this is the only slow card with the yes. But the fire is a maybe card. And then everything else is a fire. The air is the only other. The air's fast. So this Hangman's the only other slow card. Everything else is a fast card. Um, the water, lack of direction. I feel, like I said, whenever he gets in, he's not there for a long time. Um, this yes feels like it's more along the line of what I'm saying, which is it's going to be a lot quicker than some August date here. Um, but he was supposed to be in there in April, and they just refused to give him the seat. They refused to give him the seat, which is good because that means Teal doesn't have as much power. There's the Empress there. And that's the Nine of Wands in reverse. And we have the Ten of Wands in reverse too. I don't see him being able to stay. This doesn't feel like he can stay. There's the Hierophant card. Okay, so let's read on that. Um, so we have again seeing this come up after that Ace of Pentacles, it was right behind the Ace of Pentacles. So this is personal power. I told you, Shady is a different person than who he pretends to be. And I don't even know if he knows that person, but he's in too deep with this crowd. I do think he would actually let Peter down big time. I do think that's the plan too, is to let Peter down big time. But again, I see it ending pretty quickly. So it's like, well, this is a fire, yes, and a big fire. This is a huger, bigger water, which will put out the fire. So um, the other thing that could be read as is them finally letting the AI guy die, um, and they're trying to get to the birthday with that. They're trying really hard to get to the birthday with it. But there's too many cooks in the kitchen. And so there are people posting things that don't need to be posting things. Like there's just too many cooks in the kitchen. So there's no actual plan that's happening. Um, is Shady going in place? Again, no plan happening. Too many cooks in the kitchen, being overwhelmed. Um, there's a mercenary knight here, and then there's a king of cups here. So, ooh, and the Four of Pentacles. So this is very possibly our knight delivering evidence. Foreign. This is why it's taking a long time. France. Um, with the evidence that has been held tight, and then a King of Cups. With the Magician being, this is definitely that, you guys. This is definitely that. This is the interferer because we just saw him. Um, ooh, and that's due to partnerships being broken and coming to the light at the end of the tunnel. The other thing here I'm seeing is our guy Narco and his misabuse of power. Cuba's going to be the final straw for the world. Cuba's going to be the final straw for the world. Cuba's going to be the final straw for the world. Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my goodness, yes. Cuba's the final straw for the world. Look at this. 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 Oh my gosh, yes. Okay. Now, Cuba has female deities, entities, spiritual women. Uh, they're also supported by that country that makes vodka. And they're also supported by the friend of the country that makes vodka that just hosted the country that makes vodka right after they hosted us. So there's a death here. And again, the other thing to it is this nurturing spirit. So this feels like the females who are in charge of UN, those women stepping stronger into their roles instead of just being queens. They're now emerging as empresses, meaning what I say goes now. Okay. Um, so this feels like death to all that, death to stepping back, death to letting things play out. It's really none of our business. We'll just use a stern word. This feels more action driven against these people being us people. Okay. In that government. And so there's the queen. So she's saying, oh, hell no. She's been very, very, very methodical, very, again, she's of the home, Queen of Pentacles, of the home, of the hearth. So she's about protecting people, feeding people, keeping them warm or cool in the case of the Caribbean. Um, they're not with it, bro. This is that hermit of walking by yourself, but walking with a guiding light, being introspective, realizing you can't turn a blind eye anymore when the light has been shown on it. And this long awaited help, this long awaited harvest has to come because we're not the knight. We don't save the world. We're not the police. And this information is getting out. Um, and that's when these women are no longer kind and patient, but they're going to be swift and decisive. That's fire. Okay. And the Empress is fire too. The Secret, the Emotional Restart, the King of Pentacles, the World, the Chariot, and the Eight of Swords breaking free, then the women celebrating as they strategically walk away with what they came to do, bringing those people recovery and hope. And here's the fourth queen. All the queens are coming together, and they're not coming together to BS. So that's the queen, the queen, the queen, the queen, and the empress. Um, time's up. Time's over. Enough of this shit. The Cuban people standing by, but they're getting to where they're getting to. And there's the other female. I was wondering where she was at. Not only that, but she's followed by this one. Okay, so, oh my God. Ooh, Cuba's the final straw. They've had it with the U.S. Cuba's the final straw. Yep. No more patience. There's a temperance. Your plans are about to go awry. PD poo is going to go down, down, down. Because one, it's not properly planned. Nothing's going to work. The Cuban people are not going to sit by and let you just do that. Castro is protected, regardless of what y'all think. And it's going to be a fight. It's definitely going to be a fight here. There's a disinheritance. There's family conflict. It's going to be a fight uh, here in the streets as well as there, because we do have a very huge population of Cubans here too. Um, okay, to go back a little bit. Hold on. Funny you said that about the queens. You saw a post about all queens and princesses globally having a voice in conferences except Princess Kate. Isn't that interesting? Well, I mean, if you really think about it, that monarchy is pretty much powerless. Benz was burning pics of Orange and Narco. The Mexican, yes, her. She's one of our other women. Uh-huh. I think she might be the high priestess in this case. The things that she did in secret and with an agenda, she's rallying the queens. But that's what I was also going to say is that there's the Santeria. Oh my God, there it is. Santeria, the Vodou. Like they're a very spiritual people as well, like similar to Louisiana. Um, and this is not something you want to play with. You have the high priestesses, first of all, those are called high priestesses who go and study um, some of those spiritual religions. It's so stupid what they're doing. So again, to come back to this, you have that the moon, so the secret of it coming out, that this is not the rodeo you think it's going to be. You think this is going to be something new for you? No, 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 honey. All you're doing is awakening the power of the people. And this King of Pentacles, I just really don't see this going the way they think it's going to go. I wouldn't drive it, but I'm not stupid, because that's the end of it. That's the end of some of them too. I mean, I know people don't believe in certain things. I know I don't, but I do know I do believe in people, and they're not going down without a fight, and they're not going to have a fight without reinforcements. You want World War III to start in the Caribbean? I don't think you want to do that because every single one of those Caribbean people are going to realize that they're next. So they're going to fight to break free of the American thing, and they will be rejoicing. These women will be rejoicing because their strategy is going to work. Their strategy is going to work. All they're going to leave you with is the U.S. Shoot, they might even take back territories, to be honest. Like the Virgin Islands. I wouldn't play. I wouldn't play. Um, Cuba feels like a don't raise the dead, man. This is so dumb. And that's Castro being protected. Uh-uh. Or Rubio being stupid. It's one of those two. For entertainment purposes. Uh, this is interesting. So with Cuba. Yeah. See, yeah. They're already feeling burnt out. They're already feeling trapped. Oops. They're already feeling overwhelmed, but they will survive. One thing they're going to do is fight. You're going to be dumb as hell to think that you're going to beat them. They're going to beat you, and you're going to have nightmares about it from the way that they do it, because they are going to have help. They're going to be reinforced. Ooh, girl. You okay? The colonizer ancestors like, we left you all this and you screw it up. Yeah, she's done, and I found out she has like a doctorate in engineering, Claudia Scheinbaum. Like, and then who do we have? Like, everybody has what Canada has like a doctorate in finance or something. And then she's in engineering and science, and everybody else has somebody intelligent, and we get white men. Basically, that's just it. We just stop there. Just the most mediocre of the mediocres. Like, we get men who can't even tie their own shoes, but they just happen to have so much money. Like, it's crazy, bro. Yeah, we get the dumbass. Exactly. I'm with you. That's basically what I'm saying. Like, we get, like, America has some major introspection to do. Like, is this really what we doing? We get the losers. We get the circuits. Exactly. We get the dumbasses. Everybody else gets somebody with some intelligence. I mean, like, even China. The guy studied in the US and in Australia. Like, he's a student. We get the guy who went to college, and the professor was like, he's the dumbest guy I ever had. If that doesn't say America in a can, like that's what it is. But honey, that time, that era is over. Oh my gosh. They're going to get to the point where they're going to realize we're losing in the world. Let's turn back to this domestic stuff where we were winning. But guess what? We've had a year and a half to wake the fuck up. You think that's going to work again? No, it's not. It's not. We could have had two intelligent women. We could have had an intelligent man if we go back to 2000. An intelligent white man at that who cared about the earth. If we go back to 2000. But no, we get the fools. We chose fool over strength. What? Because people can't look at the mirror and realize I might be white, but I'm not that dumb. I'm not dumb like him. Like, don't look at him and go, you know what? I want to have a beer with him. Okay, go have a beer with him. Don't put him in the seat. Go have a beer. Girl, we thought George was bad. George is Einstein. And George grew the F up, you know? He actually learned something in his old life. That he loved black women and it's okay. And that all he ever wanted to be was an artist, not a businessman. For real. Like, come on. Okay. Like, we have to watch the language we use. Like, yeah, they share your skin color, but they don't share your values. They don't. They just share skin color. They don't have your same values. But look, there's hope. They don't have your same values. Like, understand that. As Martin Luther King said, content of the character, not just the skin, color of the skin. And we're learning it. We're learning it big time. And by we, I don't speak French. Okay. I mean, I speak a little, but not that kind. Alrighty. So, who's behind Ashley? That's the only question I have written. Since she's our kickoff of our conversation, who do I have? Who is behind Ashley? Who is behind Ashley? Ooh, ooh, ooh. Okay. Who is as intellectual or access? Because this is the magician. Y'all know this is my E card. You know this is my E card in the reverse. Who is it in the... This could be your own power, actually. It's manifestation. It's creativity. It's skill. It's confidence. This actually could be her, to be honest. Because she did walk away from the MAGA crowd, right? Or they walked away from her, and she walked away from them, too. This could be her own energy, but I don't know, y'all, because honestly, right behind her is the King of Cups again. Child, I know damn well that ain't true. Hold on. Oh, somebody she in bed with. And I don't mean literally. This one threw itself out. Now, I can't tell you what direction this one came in. That's the bad part. Because if it came in the reverse, then I could say, yeah, it's woman scorn thing, you know? Because, you know, disharmony, all that stuff. Like I could say, yes, woman scorn thing. But this isn't a woman scorned. A woman scorned would have been last year. I don't know, y'all. One, I think this could be her. Like literally. There's a, like I said, this is leaving them, but also there's the Queen of Pentacles here. And I've had her as Queen of Pentacles as well. But who else though? Because right here is, ooh, hidden agendas. Okay, there's definitely something behind this. There's definitely something. Okay, what else is peeking out here? I see something else peeking. What's this? hidden agendas and hermit. She's on an introspective thing. Oh, she's on an introspective thing. And who is this? The Empress. It could be just her though. I'm telling you, this could be just her. Meaning that she can pick up benefactors, but I think this kickoff was all her. I think the kickoff was all her. I don't think it's going to be just her continuing, but the kickoff was all her. Yeah, new opportunities, refusing the money, the disagreement. So there is something here, but I don't think it's just disagreement with him. I think it's disagreement with just the values that they had. I do think she came out on her own. But there definitely is a hidden agenda to this. Um, I know she's a J woman, but it's not like J attached to Blue Star. She's just she's like watching Fran Drescher to me, you know. But I do see her being supported. First of all, how about this bitch? Like one, two, three, four, five. She has five major arcana on this table right now. The Magician. Again, this is her. This is her. This is she was always better than him. Ooh, getting him. She was always better than him because y'all. This says here. Oh, I absolutely felt that too, Sean, when she talked about Black people, like reading and learning. Because it says here, you can manifest what you desire in your life. It's all in your hands. This is her. She's gone to therapy, you know? So there's that part. Um, and like I said, the lovers, I can't tell you how it went, but I think it has, considering like the disagreement and stuff, I do think this is like, and especially because she's the opposite of what I usually get for the E-Man. E-Man is usually here. So this is her. Instead of being manipulated, she's now manifesting. So I think it's this. Um, I think it was like this, honestly. I don't know. It flew. And by the time I looked over, it was already done. So it might have been this. It feels like being separating herself from him, but also separating herself from all her lovers, to be honest. And like I said, the introspection card is what I get. And it looks like owning up to the bitter bitch that she was. It really does. It really, really, really does. Um, but that said, I do feel people stepping up behind her to keep her going, especially because she needs security. So there's an Eight of Cups here. There's a King of Swords here. There's that devil energy. And then there's the White House. And then there's the Chariot, them sending out people over her. All her evidence, women celebrating, and the Knight protecting her. I think this is definitely her. Again, she's in her emperor shit right now, but I do feel a woman of authority, not just her mom, but a woman of authority, standing up for her. And again, that hidden agenda. What is her agenda? I think her agenda is to tear the shit down. I think the agenda is to tear the shit down. Um, Especially because she has the evidence to do so. Yeah, it is to definitely guarantee her safety because there's like I smell rain, but I don't see it. Um, so there's that, and then again, like I said, like she's on a new journey. She just really is on a new journey. Now, are there people stepping up behind her? Absolutely. Are there people going after her? Absolutely. Are there people threatening her? Absolutely. But is she going to be telling the truth about this? Absolutely. Because she is no longer beholden to a party. She's not party specific. And she walked away with a lot of information that she is now sharing with her creative power. My God, when I tell you that this is her, but she's now strongly supported. Um, yes, because there's a Nine of Cups here. There's a Nine of Cups and then there's a Ten of Pentacles. This is being outside of that MAGA crowd, like them hating on her. But it is giving her some anxiety here. So there's that part. Again, stepping out of the competition. of that thing that she used to be in. It is getting heavy, like I said, with those people following her and stuff, and especially with it being sanctioned. But she's going to be free from all of this. Every plan they have against her is not going to prosper, because I see, one, she's a woman of faith, which is very interesting. But there's also a judgment. Like she's judged herself enough, and there is her help. Who's her help? Somebody with a loud platform, because it is, again, like I said, going to bring this shit down. Someone with a loud platform. I think we had talked about the doc, right? The Mer to the doc showing up for her to help her to like promote this stuff. Yeah, custody of her child for sure. For sure. Okay, so who's helping her? Let's see. Yeah, I love that. She's built bridges while others burnt theirs. I mean, she's burning some bridges. She's definitely got women, y'all. She's definitely got women who are powerful and who have voices and platforms. Oh, yes. She is making one of the best decisions of her life. She's chosen which way she wants to go. You know, um, it was the hardest decision she had. Um, it looks like, and it's just based off of how careful and calculated she is. There she is again with the evidence. How calculating and careful she is with what she releases and when. So I think that's a big part of her brain, is how much can I do without getting in trouble. Um, that's a big part of what's weighing on her. So, like I said, she was very gleeful to talk to her mom about Mr. Tampa releasing himself. But she's getting guidance, y'all. She's definitely getting guidance, and she will be marching forward with surety and confidence. Um, so there's some help there. There's definitely some help there. What are we talking about here? Um, okay, I want to go to Thomas real quick. Thomas is the author of HB Bill 1846. He's the author of this. Hey, Carly. So I don't like that. And I asked Libby about it, because I was like, he's the one who put it forward. So how does he feel about it? And she thinks that, he grew. Um, Possibly. Oh, okay. Okay. So this is what I had wondered myself. Was he used? Um, because, okay, so I'm seeing illusions, delusions. I'm seeing a hidden agenda. I'm seeing a mercenary knight. And I'm seeing someone trying to make stuff right, the temperance. And I'm also seeing a broken relationship. So he's not with them. They're not like us. They're not like us. Okay. So what do they have to do? Because a hidden agenda is there. They did something to tell him he actually had no real choice. So it's like, you have a choice to do this, or you can do what we're asking you to do. So this feels like he was given a choice that wasn't a choice, right? Um, Part of the hidden agenda. So kind of in a way, it locked him into having to stay GOP side, is what it feels like. And he was used as a mercenary knight to get it ahead. But it seems like it was not in integrity with him to have done that. So I think this is saying that his spirit was fighting for equilibrium, but I'm not getting yet that he was able to start working on this until he split with them. But he didn't fully split with him. There's only like one thing that he was against them with. But I'm getting, this is the card that hit the table. I'm getting very strongly that he has strength here. Um there's some strength here. What is the strength about, though? Because the other card that came out is the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. And then we have this Hanged Man. All right. So we're not all the way new. We're not all the way changed. We're definitely stuck where we are. Huh. And we're going to try to blaze a different trail. So we got 3 knights here on this table. The only knight we're missing is False Offer Knight. So I don't see that here, but we do have 3 knights on this table. He's one to watch and not one to trust completely, is what I'm getting from this, because he might be changed in some ways, but not in all ways. Okay, there's a Queen of Pentacles underneath this Knight of Swords. So there's something here that's greedy about it. He still has goals that aren't exactly aligned and correct. Or, hold on, let me see what this is. Okay, the Empress. Um, okay, nope. That counts as foreign people. All right, and that's all the money they put against him. Okay, and then there's a 8 of Swords underneath, an 8 of Swords. Oh, okay. Actually, you guys, let me retract this a little bit. So, he was strong. He was the strongest contender because of the way he allowed the woman to start taming that beast. So this is your Epps things, right? So that gave him strength. And so they attacked him. There we go. That gave him strength. So they attacked him. They attacked him foreignly. They attacked him monetarily. They attacked him press wise. They all out growled against him, bringing in somebody nobody ever heard of. They attacked him with even more false money and attacking his values. But that attack set him free. That is interesting. The attack set him free. He's still one to watch because he hasn't changed. What hasn't he changed? This I don't know. This part I don't know what he hasn't changed on. Because remember, he had twice voted against anti-lynching. But again, that's when he was stuck. I don't know if that's who he actually is. I can't tell you. Oh, truth. Okay. And King of Wands. Huh. And then the Knight of Wands. And right behind that is the Hermit. Yeah, he's on a journey. He's definitely on a journey. The truth has hit him. Okay. Um, I don't like to say people have changed. I like to say they become more of who they are. But the thing is, he wasn't operating in truth in the first place. Yeah. Because right now, right under this king, right under the knight is the turmoil. Him being used as a mercenary knight was, like I said, out of integrity. That's crazy. Okay. Okay. So who is he now? Because this is the strength and this is him getting back in balance. So who is he now? Having to do introspection. He's going to go for the big thing in a little while. It's waiting to harvest. What is he waiting to harvest, though? So, all right. So why was he smiling? Why was he? Um, I do get the impression it was kind of like Pamela. Yeah, I said it wrong. Um, when she finally realized that people didn't go against her, it feels like that. Like, oh, I have people cheering with me who are actually with me. They're not with me because they wanted me to be a winner necessarily. They just didn't leave me. So they like what I actually represent now. The values, the evidence, that thing. They like who I am now, the fighter who I get to become. This is interesting. So why did he, what? There's still something here. Am I leaving the party or not? Am I going independent? Or am I going to stay a Republican? Am I leaving the party or not? So that's a big decision. He'll likely go independent. Um, Yeah, he has some romancing to do with people. So I think he has made a decision. I think he's seeing how like the rebranding's helping with Kamala and other people. But what are we talking about? There's a king, there's a truth. Ooh. Oh. What does that mean? Tell me what that means. That king of shit. Do you feel the Repubs that voted to release the files were only to leverage their own power against the orange guy? What are you saying? Release the files when? That's why DGT is mad with him. He went back on his bill. Mass uses cards for the files. I see a post before joining. She redacted a platform to protect the S workers. Huh? What are we talking about? I see a post before joining. She redacted a platform's name to protect the. Oh, okay. King of Swords in reverse, 7 of. What are we talking about here? He knows his legacy would be shit. For Clarence? What do you mean for. Okay, I'm lost, y'all. You have a good intention. I don't know. What do you mean? Uncle Cleo knows this is bad. He will try to fight what he has wrong. Are you calling him Uncle Cleo? I don't know. Y'all catch me up because I'm losing light. So I'm going to have to leave in like maybe 2 minutes. Catch me up to what we're talking about. Okay. Why was he celebrating? Why was he. Okay. Okay. Hold on. Why was Mass celebrating? Why was Mass celebrating? That's interesting. Ooh. That's interesting. First of all, hold on. We got a couple things that came out. So we have shadow alchemy. Turn shadows into gold by shifting your awareness, empowerment, and rebirth. Y'all. Then we have shadow blossom. You need both sunlight and darkness to bloom fully. Y'all. Then we have unseen patterns. Change your thoughts, change your life. Beliefs and reprogramming. Y'all. Then we have the two that hit the table, anger. He just got to channel his anger differently, right? It says here, your expectations are not met, creating frustration. Express it in a healthy way. Release, growth, and balance, and then sacred boundaries. Once again, he did give a speech saying that this was a God thing for him. And so respecting and honoring your limits sets you free. Assertiveness and self-care. Y'all, he's on his journey. He really is on his Solomon. What's that man's name? The one who was killing all the J people and then got a new name. Simon Peter. That's what he's doing. Simon Peter. He went from being a massacre and sacred boundaries coming out again for him. Y'all saw how that just jumped out. Respecting and honoring your limits sets you free. He's fine. Look at this. Have courage. Stop hiding. Show up and let yourself be seen. Relentless craving. Addiction is a prison disguised as freedom. Consumed, eroding habits. So he's had to let that go. He's had to let that go. Wanting that seat. One, it keeps him small, right? It keeps him small. He is shadowing. All right. So what's next for him? Just show me really quickly. We're not doing full spreads today. I noticed. He's going to go for it. It was on its side. So but it was on his side like tilted. So he's very strongly thinking of being head honcho in charge. He's going to go for it from what I can see. So what he'll likely be doing is his own testing of the waters to see if 28 is up for him. Or whenever we actually get back to it, 28, 32, either way, he's going to be trying to get it going. How can you assert your authority in a positive way? He's going to be looking at that for sure. Yep. new opportunities, new opportunities. Um, Not getting that cup, and not drinking from the bitter cup of having to stay in that seat for it's working out again. It's working out for him. Now that King of Swords just popped back in my head that I got with him. Does that mean he's going to be working with the actual law? I'm talking about the people who are going to be coming up against the cabals. Is he going to be working with them? Because I saw the King of Swords and it was in the upright, so it wasn't a bad king. Um, will he be working with, is he going to be working with the law? All right. So next full moon, I will be putting out the new deck and getting those cleansed. That should be in a couple days. And then we'll be moving on to a new deck of cards. All right. You guys are getting super flexy. Okay. So, all right. Death reverse. Um, let's see. King of Wands. Yes. And then the Five of Cups in reverse. Yes. So he is free. We have two eights here. We have the Eight of Swords and the Eight of Wands. We have two eights here. So he is free. But this one is a slow messaging. However, the world does end there. So I think he's at the end of the roads here. Like I said, one of the things he's thinking of, there's the secrets. There's the secrets. There's the secrets. So is he going to share secrets? Because will he be working with them? There's freedom, there's acceptance, there's moving on, there's being the king of messaging, leadership, vision. There's the death card here. There's a Two of Swords, and then there's the King of Swords right behind it. Again, it is him not knowing um, if he's leaving the party or if he's going to go independent, but it's also not being decided yet on what he's doing. There's choices here. He doesn't want to look like a snitch, like giving out information, like handing it out like candy. He doesn't want to look like that. But this files thing has been in his pocket. Um, However, his training is his training because I'm seeing a Six of Cups in reverse. So being stuck to that again, he has to go on a journey of introspection and find his strength. So there's no decision there yet, but that decision is going to come up real fast. All right, so you guys, as you see, the night has fallen. I am going to call it a day. There were lots of other things I wanted to read on. I don't understand why this went the way it went, like choosing to stay on Donnie J and stuff, but we'll see. We'll see. I got to write notes out. I meant to write notes about what I wanted to read on, and then I completely forgot. But we did touch on a lot. We touched on Cuba. We touched on Donnie J. We touched on Ashley. And we touched on, oh, we didn't touch on Kimberly, but we did touch on new misses. We touched on DJ and we touched on a lot, actually. We did, actually. That's great. I was like, we haven't read on anything. And I'm going back over and I'm like, we read on a lot. All right. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. It'll be kind of late because my kids have a dentist appointment. So it will be kind of late. Um, I don't know. I like these new shadow cards. I like incorporating them in our readings. That works so well. All right. Love you guys. I'm out. It's too dark. Yay, Carly, so glad to see you, girl. Okay. So it's a good conversation, I hope. It's been 2 hours. Love you guys. Gotta go because I gotta go do hair. Bye.